opening date of Epic Universe coming so soon. We decided we wanted to do a full video on every single ride that is coming to this park because let me tell you, there are some good ones. In case you've been living under a rock, Universal is opening a brand new theme park, like for the first time in like 25 years since 1999. It's kind of a big deal. They're gonna have some of the best technology we've ever seen in theme park rides, in theme park history, and let me tell you, you're gonna be shocked. You're gonna be shooketh. You're gonna be shocked. It's a lot, all right?
It's gonna be unbelievable.
So buckle in. Let's do this. The way we're gonna do this is we're going to do a clockwise lap around Epic Universe, and then we're going to share our blind rankings with each other for the first time because we haven't shared this information with each other yet. And I think it'll be
interesting.
Yeah, you better not disappoint me. Now, coming to Epic Universe, there are going to be 5 immersive lands. Super Nintendo World, Dark Universe, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, How to Train Your Dragon, and of course, the main hub, Celestial Park. So starting with Celestial Park, there are going to be 2 rides in this land. One of them is a brand new take on a carousel. This ride is going to be called Constellation Carousel. So essentially, this ride is going to be based on the constellations of our universe. It's going to have beautifully hand-painted murals from top to bottom, and the way it's going to be rotated, it's going to be untraditional to a regular carousel. So there technically are going to be 4 rotating bases on this ride. One giant circular base like a normal carousel would, and then there's going to be 3 other rotating bases within that. The actual ride vehicles are going to be able to shoot up to 6 feet in the air while also doing 360s. Essentially, this carousel is going to probably be the best carousel you've ever been on in your life. All right, so now that we both have equal knowledge of this ride, where do you rank this ride?
1, 2, 3.
9.
That's a great start. I'm baffled right now. I thought just everything about this ride and like the astrology side of everything, I thought you were gonna have this higher.
They're all gonna be amazing. This
Yeah.
is just our rankings for excitement.
And up next in Celestial Park is Stardust Racers. It is the biggest coaster at the entire park.
Not only is it the biggest coaster in this specific park, but it's also going to be one of Universal's biggest coasters in general. Stardust Racers is a dual launch racing roller coaster.
Yes.
This coaster reaches up to 133 feet in the air. There's over 5,000 feet of track and you go up to 65 miles per hour.
It's gonna be super cool. Also, a little fun fact about this one, at night, the track isn't gonna be lit up, but the cars are gonna be lit up, so it's gonna look like 2 comets racing. It's gonna be unbelievable.
So the theming of this ride is essentially that the beings of Celestial Park, which are called Celestians, have learned how to climb aboard comets and race in their pastime. That's what they do for fun.
This is awesome.
Instead of a foot race, they have comet races.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
And aside from the really cool theming of this ride, there's also a callback from one of Universal's biggest IPs ever on the ride vehicle. And I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to figure it out. You ready? You got it? Okay, it's Back to the Future. There is gonna be a flux capacitor on the back of every single one of these ride vehicles, which is so cool. One of the biggest features of this coaster is going to be the Celestial Spin. So at one point in this ride, there's going to be a double inversion. Like we've said before, this is a racing coaster. You are going to be side by side next to another riding vehicle. At some point, both ride vehicles are going to spin on top of one another, one of them being inverted on top of the other.
Crazy.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Wow.
All right, and now that you know everything about this ride that we know, what do you rank this ride on 3? Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1. This one's number 1 for me because I'm a coaster girly through and through.
I just want the thrills.
I
you know
want
what
the
mean?
thrills.
I like to go fast. And the next stop on our clockwise journey is Super Nintendo World. And I am so excited about this one. I've been so jealous of Japan since they got all the cool stuff.
And Hollywood.
I'm so excited that we're gonna have one close to home now.
Super Nintendo World is gonna have a total of 3 rides within its land. Up first, we have Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. This ride is essentially going to be a copy and paste because we currently have 2 other just like it in 2 other parts of the world. We have one in Hollywood and we also have one in Japan. This ride is a 3D, 4D interactive motion ride. So essentially this ride lets you enter a real life game of Mario Kart.
Ah, so excited.
You're gonna get your special goggles, which looks like a Mario hat, which is so cute. So you put your Mario Kart hat goggles on, And this is gonna be where the ride actually becomes interactive, is through your goggles. Your goggles are connected to your seat, and you're gonna be able to throw shells, collect coins, and work alongside Mario, Peach, and Yoshi to defeat Team Bowser.
So as you ride, you're going to be going through some of the most iconic tracks, dates back to the original Mario Kart, including Rainbow Road and Bowser's Castle.
The outcome of each ride is going to be a little different because everyone can kind of interact in different ways. You can collect different coins, so you can throw shells, so you get to change the outcome of the game just like if you were playing the game. And whether or not you get that golden cup is going to be on you and your team. All right, now that we both know everything that's coming for this ride and what we can expect, let's rank. Okay, on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
6.
All
I'm a
right.
little upset, actually. No. I understand.
It's a copy and paste, so I'm not as excited about it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I haven't done it. I'm very excited to do it. And it's still very exciting. It's still Epic Universe.
It's not like super thrilling. I think it's just, as a 90s kid, yeah, like there's nothing more exciting than getting to go back to Mario Kart. And in real life, you get a hat, glasses, and look like Mario. It's gonna be unbelievable. And up next is Yoshi's Adventure, and this one is for everybody, but it's mainly themed towards the kiddos.
This ride is going to allow you to board a Yoshi-themed ride vehicle and take a nice, relaxing little trail ride through the iconic landscapes of the Mushroom Kingdom. And along the way, there's going to be these hidden eggs that are on your actual lap bar that you're going to be able to push as soon as you see them, which is going to be really fun for young kids. It's really interactive, and it probably is going to get them really, really excited.
And this one is only in Japan, I believe.
Correct.
We've seen videos, and me and the kiddos are excited about it. Let's get to it then.
Let's rank them.
1, 2, 3, 11.
You put it out last?
This is just a little slow one. Listen, I hate that it's last.
Mine's second to last. I'm just
because I was
messing
really
with it.
excited. I am excited about it.
All right, and the final ride in this land is going to be the Minecart Madness ride that is going to be inside of the Donkey Kong Country area of Nintendo World. This ride just opened up in Japan, so we do have some footage to show you of it. We don't want to put too much in there. We don't want to spoil it. This ride is designed to look and feel like you are actually in the Donkey Kong kart in the game. So there's going to be a faux track that sits horizontally on top of a vertically designed track which has an arm, and it's gonna almost like jet you out on top of this fake track so that it looks like you're actually jumping across these giant gaps in this faux track. So it looks like you're gonna fall. So the illusion of you jumping over these tracks is going to be so cool.
I'm
so cool.
So excited. The first time I saw it, I thought this was going to be like one of the most thrilling rides here. And then you kind of realize, oh, the height requirement's kind of lower. And you watch kind of the ride throughs and it's a little bit slower. So I think it is more geared towards the family. And I originally thought it was going to be just something that was going to be super thrilling.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about this one. Are you ready to rank it?
Let's rank it. 3, 2, 1.
5.
4.
Okay. Moving along on our clockwise journey, we are entering Dark Universe.
So this land in general, just a little backstory, is going to be solely based on the Universal monsters that Universal created. And if you don't know, Universal basically created the genre of horror in movies with their iconic creatures like Creature of the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein,
Invisible Man, Dracula, Wolfman.
And you will come face to face with every single one of those monsters inside of the biggest ride coming to this land, Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment. So this ride is going to take place inside of the Frankenstein Manor, where Victoria Frankenstein, the great-granddaughter of Victor Frankenstein, now resides and is trying to bring good back to the Frankenstein name by capturing all of these monsters and experimenting on them. And during this, all of the monsters escape, and we're caught right in the middle of an epic battle between all of the monsters and Victoria Frankenstein. They have created the most hyper-realistic, technologically advanced animatronics to date. And did you know how many there's gonna be?
How many?
14. This ride is going to be a Kuka arm style ride. Basically, it is a moving arm on a moving track, which allows you to move omnidirectional and get really, really close to things on the ride. You will see this technology on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, but it looks like they have maybe done it a little bit better.
They used every technology they had and then created more for this ride.
Universal Creative has said that you will be able to feel these monsters breathing on you.
It's super cool because all of these like original monsters, the movies originally came out like 100 years ago, and I'm not exaggerating saying 100 years ago, like actually came out about 100 years ago. So they're modernizing it now, and it's just bringing a whole new life to it, and I'm so excited about this.
Very exciting stuff. All right, you ready to rank it?
Yes, I am. 1, 2, 3,
2.
2.
All right, and up next is a spinning roller coaster called Curse of the Werewolf. This ride is going to be sprawled across the dark woods of Darkmoor in a secluded wagon camp where you'll meet the new Maleva, which is featured in the original Werewolf film. She's there to warn you about what lurks in these woods, and we get chased through the dark woods with a pack of werewolves.
Oh.
Yeah. So the ride itself is only going to go up to 37 miles per hour. However, this ride technology is something that we've seen before on rides like Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think there's one other coaster over at Busch Gardens that does the same thing. It kind of spins as you go along the track, but there's also an additional element to this ride, which it's kind of like a pendulum swing. So you'll go back and forth through the shed, which is where these werewolves are going to be inching closer to you, is what it said. So I'm thinking we're going to see a little bit of werewolf animatronics in there, and I'm really excited for that. As you've seen before, these animatronics do not play around. They look real. They will scare the crap out of you. I'm excited. That's gonna be so fun.
Super cool.
Overall, this ride looks really, really fun. We're excited for it. Is it the top of the list? No. We already know what our number 1 is and our number 2, but let's rank on 3. 1, 2, 3.
4.
5. 5. It's 5. You said 4 and I thought you were counting 1, 2, 3, 4. And moving along on our clockwise journey through this theme park, we are going to arrive at Harry Potter and the Ministry of Magic. This land is going to be themed around 1920s Paris out of the franchise of Fantastic Beasts. The only ride that's going to be featured in this land is Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. And you will enter this ride by Metroflux. You will be traveling from Paris to London to the built to scale Ministry of Magic. When you arrive at the Ministry, the entire storyline of this ride is that you are there to watch the worst villain of them all stand trial for their crimes. Do you want to guess who it is? Not him, her. Yeah, Dolores Umbridge. She's gonna go on trial for her crimes against all of the wizards and witches at Hogwarts, as she deserves.
Good.
However, things have to go wrong before they go right. And classic Universal fashion, we're gonna board a lift with Harry, Ron, and Hermione as we travel to see her stand trial for these crimes. Also going to get to see a brand new character named Higgledy, which is Dolores's house elf. She's so cute. Tickled pink to see Dolores stand trial and maybe have some justice involved.
But, as always, there are Death Eaters.
And in classic Death Eater fashion, they are there to interrupt the trial. Dolores is trying to get her hands on, or has her hands on, a time turner where she's trying to go back in time to where Voldemort was the Dark Lord and was the ruler and kind of put things back to the way she thinks they should be. So now that you know the storyline of this ride, you should probably understand a little bit about how the technology is gonna work. What I do know is that you're boarding a lift. I believe it's going to be something similar to a Kuka arm, which is on a track, but it's also gonna be omnidirectional, meaning that it's gonna be able to turn every single way, go up and down. It's going to feel like you're actually on those crazy looking Ministry of Magic lifts that bring you all different sorts of ways.
One more thing before we rank. There better be nifflers everywhere. 1, 2, 3. 3.
I promise, guys, we did not share our rank.
Nobody's gonna believe us that we didn't talk about this, but yeah, this is amazing.
All right, and the very last land that we're gonna talk about is How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. The land itself is going to be themed around between movies 2 and 3, and if you've watched them, you'll know why.
Now, there are 3 rides in this land, and the first one we're gonna talk about is Fyre Drill.
The tagline for this ride is soak or be soaked. This ride is going to be a slow moving boat ride through what is supposed to be like a training simulation for you to be able to learn how to put out a lot of fires if you're gonna live with dragons.
You gotta be able to put the fire out.
It'll be a water ride. It's slow moving. There's no height requirement for this ride. Again, it's gonna be super family friendly. I think it's gonna be a good ride. Are you ready to rank?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 10.
11.
Okay, so we just
Pretty
flipped them.
close. And the next ride we're gonna talk about in this land is Dragon Racers Rally. This ride is themed around the sport of dragon racing, as this is a pastime of Vikings. There's gonna be stadiums where there's supposed to be like other Vikings watching you do this race. This ride is going to allow you to kind of make these barrel roll maneuvers on the ride as it's moving. All right, you ready to rank this one?
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 7.
Stop copying me!
Crazy.
Final ride at Epic Universe that we're gonna talk about today is Hiccup's Wing Gliders. This is a medium thrill coaster that's going to take you through the entire landscape of Isle of Berk. The storyline of this ride is that you're about to board one of Hiccup's newest contraptions, the Wing Glider, which is gonna help you prove whether or not you're ready to take on a real flight from a real dragon. And of course, in Universal fashion, some things go amok and things don't work properly maybe. It's gonna be a really cool ride. We're supposed to be able to see an animatronic of Toothless and Hiccup as well. I really hope that we get to hear like that iconic Isle of Berk soundtrack while we're riding this ride, because we've all heard it a million times at this point. It's going to be mind-blowing. And the height requirement is only 40 inches.
Yeah.
That's really, really good for a coaster. I'm excited for these medium thrill coasters that our kids get to do, because it's honestly one of their only rides that they will ride. If it's indoors, they get a little sketched out just because it can usually be a little loud in those indoor rides. So I'm excited for this ride. I think it's gonna be really well themed. I think it's gonna be really well done as well.
There's so many rides that we all can ride as a family here.
I love it. I'm so
cool.
excited.
Yeah. You ready to rank this last one?
Let's rank it.
1, 2, 3,
6.
8. Ooh.
Still pretty close.
Yeah.
This was really fun.
They were really close.
I think so.
This was a lot of fun. I'm so excited about this park opening. We're getting so close now.
All right, guys, and that covers every single ride coming to Epic Universe. And the opening date, if you didn't know, is May 22nd, 2025. We will be there 1 week after opening. So if you would like to see more videos about Epic Universe, see us in Epic Universe, please subscribe, leave us a like, leave us a comment, tell us what you loved, tell us what you hated, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.